Have you ever heard of a 24 gauge shotgun? Well, if you've ever lived in Europe or South America, you may have heard of them. Because in those places, 24 gauge is fairly popular. But these days in the United States, it is almost unheard of. Historically, many different shotgun gauges were invented, but as time has gone on, many have lost popularity and they have been discontinued. So today in the United States, there are 6 gauges that are readily available. 10 gauge, 12 gauge, 16 gauge, 20 gauge, 28 gauge, and 410 bore. Some of those are more popular than others, and you can find them potentially just about any place they sell ammo. But did you know that there are a few other gauges, even here in the United States, that are still made, and if you look hard enough, you can find them, but question of whether or not they still make modern day shotguns for some of those obscure shotgun gauges being made, that is definitely the question. Now, when did the 24 gauge reach its peak in popularity in America? That I do not know. I'm only just telling you the little bit that I know about the gauge. But I do know that it was popular during the Wild West times, so that would have been the 19th century. And my guess would be it started to decline in the early 20th century. Now, I learned several years ago that there are other gauges besides the 6 that I've just mentioned, but I never really thought much about that fact. Now, just the other day, I was out exploring and looking for ammo, where I just so happened to come across this. 24 gauge shotgun shells. Now, you might be wondering, why would anybody want to own a 24 gauge shotgun since they seem to be a thing of the past? Or at least they don't really seem to make new ones here in the United States, at least not that I'm aware of. But the reason a lot of people here in the States might want to own something as obscure as a 24 gauge is because there are people out there who really value a lot of antique guns. I personally value your old school bolt action shotguns, for instance. And then there are those who also just love the thrill of being able to fire an obscure round and be able to just show that off to other people who might be gun enthusiasts like them. And I'm pretty sure too, if they would want to take a gun like that out of the range one day, or even just get a group of friends together to go out and shoot, that just might actually be a very popular firearm to shoot on that day. I would totally be open to trying a 24 gauge out. I probably wouldn't own one because I don't really see any need for one, but it would be really cool to shoot one. I'm very curious to see what the recoil is like, what it's good for, etc. As far as I know, it's a very good bird gun, and since it's 24 gauge, it would fall somewhere between 20 gauge and 28 gauge, and as far as I know, those 2 gauges are mostly used for birds and rabbits and just very small rodents.